All right. Hey guys, welcome to the Sunday Night Team Zoom. Thank you so much for jumping on. Tonight is super awesome and special because we have Sara Kidd here as a guest speaker. And she is, let's see, a 1-star qualifying. She is almost there. So it's a pretty huge accomplishment. She's hit diamond and now going almost like officially 1-star. Success Club All-Star 15 months in a row, and founder of Diamond Warriors as well as a Success Starter. So we all know that's what, month 1, month 2, and month 3. Pretty significant accolades here with Sara, and I'm so thankful that she's taken the time out to jump on the call with us. This is so exciting, and she is going to share tonight a little bit on her forte, which is telling your story on social media. So I'm literally just going to give it away to her and let her plow through her information. So if you don't have pen and paper, well, you can't pause us because we're live, but if you're watching the recording, then pause it, get pen and paper, and Sara, take it away. Thank you so much again for taking the time out to be with us tonight. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Julian. That was really nice. Okay, so I'm really excited to talk about this. This is something I'm crazy passionate about. I talk to my team about it all the time. They actually call me the story police because I'm always like, that's your story, talk about it. So I'm just going to run through a few slides. I have some posts that I've made and some of my teammates have made because I'm constantly making them share their story. So let me share the screen. Okay. And try to figure out how to make this a slideshow. So I'm always really bad at. There we go. One from beginning. Okay. All right. So today we're going to talk about your story in social media. So I don't know what platform you guys are on, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I kind of own Facebook. I'm not very good at Instagram and Twitter. So most of my stuff is about Facebook, but you can apply it to any social media platform that you want to use. So the number one thing is, who are you? So what is your brand? There is a test that you can take that you can determine what your brand is, and that's really going to help you decide like who you're trying to reach out to. When you have your ideal customer of like who you're trying to reach, then it helps you kind of determine what kind of post you're going to make and stuff like that. I can actually, Jillian, do you know what I'm talking about? Do you have that brand test?
Sorry, I was unmuting. No, actually, I don't. So I'm like just sitting here like, oh, where is it? Because I totally want to share that with the team. Is it a website?
Yeah, it's actually another coach. I think it's Bonnie Engel or something. It's somebody from Lindsay Matway's team, but they made a brand test where you can actually just take a test and determine what your brand is to help you specify your posts and who you're trying to reach out to. So for me, I'm a mom. I have 3 kids. I'm a stay-at-home working mom now, but I really target moms that are getting their body back after baby. I just had a baby. She's just turned 4 months old. So I really target moms, busy moms, and I have nothing against working with men, but it's not really the target that I go for. I am a woman and I'm a mom, so I like to work with moms or people that are trying to get their body back or people that have a lot of weight to lose too. So what is your story? What are you trying to say, and what is your message? One of the things that a lot of coaches do even from the beginning and even from on there, they try to be someone that they're not. And all the top coaches from like all the events I've ever gone to and speaking with other coaches, it's all about telling your story. And a lot of people think that their story isn't as valuable, but it is, because the people that are on your Facebook and the people that are following you on social media, either they've known you prior to something else or they know you through somebody else, and they want to know your story. A lot of coaches have this misconception that they have to wait for a before and after picture before they can start sharing your story, and that's so not true. People want to see your entire journey from beginning to end. They don't want to just see the end. So they want to see your struggles. They want to see your good stuff too. So make sure you're sharing all of that. So everything about you is your story. From where you went to school, how you were raised, your fitness journey, your career, your family, your struggles, victories, everything is a part of who you are. It's not all about Beachbody, and that's probably something I'm going to talk about a lot on the call. When you're telling your story on social media, you have to be more than Beachbody. You have to be more than the 21-Day Fix, Shakeology, and all of that. It's about your story, your life, your family. Because if you're just talking about Beachbody, then people are going to start, it's like white noise. People are just going to keep scrolling past what you're talking about. I mean, let's get really honest here. Think about those people that just sign up as like Jamberry consultants or like Plexus or all that stuff, and every single post is about the pink drink or whatever. You're like, oh my gosh, I just want to defend you right now. So you just don't want to be that person. So before you post something, always think to yourself, like, would I want to see this again? And I always tell my coaches too, when it comes to Beachbody posts, like, did I earn this post? Did I earn this like ability to make this ad? Have I posted too much about Beachbody? Stuff like that. Okay, so here are some of the pictures that I do to tell my story, and then you're going to be seeing a lot of Erin too. So on the left is my daughter. She just turned 4 months, but sometimes it doesn't have to be like a long paragraph. It can just be like, hey, have a good Monday, go out and have a good day or whatever. I like to use personalized pictures about me and who I am, and not like Google images, like Google stock images. It should be more about who you are. So I just took a picture of her, put some like little quotes on it. And I think they got a bunch of likes and stuff. And people are seeing her, which is attracting their attention. They're seeing this cute little baby. And they're like, ooh, what's that? And they'll read what I have to say. The middle picture in the middle is the mom bod picture. I know that was a huge thing on Facebook or on social media for a while, so I wanted to do it because I really want people to own their body. That's part of my brand too. Like, no matter what stage you are in your fitness journey, you should be proud of where you are and how far you've come. So I did a picture of myself and instead of a picture of someone else or whatever. And then the one on the right is my coach, Erin. She's one of my rock stars, and she owns social media. And she is very upfront and honest about her story. And she was 37 weeks or 38 weeks pregnant when she did this picture, and she was just like, hey, I'm having a really bad day, and that's okay, because I can. And people want to see that too. They don't want to see all the happy, like, oh, I just worked out and I'm so sweaty and I'm so awesome. I'm so awesome. Like, people don't want to see that. They want to see like your, okay, I haven't worked out for 2 days and I feel like poop. You know, stuff like that too. Let's see. So your fitness journey, it doesn't need to just be about Beachbody when you're sharing your fitness journey on Facebook. I did other things before I did Beachbody, and I shared that with people. Like, I've tried the gym and all that other stuff, and like Jenny Craig, and you know, talk about your failures and your struggles, and what brought you to Beachbody. So when you first sign up as a coach, you should always do a coming out post. I always have my new coaches do that, where like they come out as a Beachbody coach, like, okay, this is what I was doing before Beachbody. This is what I've been doing for a few weeks. This is what doing it did for me. And then this is how I feel. Does that make sense? Okay. So share the struggles you've had your whole life with your health and fitness journey. I've always struggled with my weight since I was a little girl, and I tell people about that because other people are going to relate to your story. The number one reason why you should share your story, which is something that I learned from Bo Eason at Platinum Edge last year, is that when you are telling your story, there's somebody out there that's feeling what you're saying because they can relate to you. And the reason why you want to be so honest and tell your story is because you're going to be more relatable to people and you're going to be more approachable. I had been a coach for a year before I attended Platinum Edge, and then I started telling my story after Platinum Edge last year, and my business turned around 110%. And it was only because I was being honest with my audience about my story and where I was. I stopped being that coach that was like sweaty selfie, Shakeology, Autumn's abs. Like, I started being real with who I was, and people can relate to that. So share what changed in you since starting Beachbody, not just your physical transformation. So a huge thing for me, and I'm sure a lot of you as well too, is that being a Beachbody coach, you have to do personal development. And doing personal development like changed my life as far as like my viewpoints on things, like how I reacted to things. I've struggled with depression my whole life. I was diagnosed bipolar when I was 18. And doing personal development and exercise together has allowed me to be a better person, a better mother, and a better friend. And I tell people that all the time. Share your struggles. You are not perfect. So stop trying to show people that on social media, which I know I've said like 5 times, but okay. So this is going to be about utilizing like Flashback Friday, Transformation Tuesday, and Throwback Thursday. And one of the hardest things about sharing your story on social media is that it's absolutely terrifying. I still have posts to this day where I like don't even want to do it. I don't want to like share part of my story. And when I'm telling you about sharing your story, I don't mean like write a novel. It can literally be like a little clip it. And you can start by using like Flashback Friday. So on the left here is Kim. She used to struggle with her weight, and she told a story about how she hated how her like legs used to rub together in soccer, and she always felt really self-conscious about wearing her soccer uniform as a child. And now like that she's been doing Beachbody programs for almost a year now, like she has more confidence in herself than she did back then. So she utilized Flashback Friday to do that. And before she posted this picture and this story, she was on a Zoom call with me, and she was almost in tears, like just telling me about the story. And I'll tell you what I tell all my coaches: if it scares you, you should do it. Like if you are thinking about posting something and you're terrified to share that part of your story, then you should do it, because there's somebody else out there that is feeling exactly how you're feeling when you're talking about that part of your story. And it's going to be powerful. And it's not just about a sale. It's not about hitting Success Club. It's about just like, we're here to help people, and like this is gonna help someone out there that's afraid to come to you, like see that, and then they're gonna like reach out to you and be like, wow, thank you, Jaylene, for sharing that story about, you know, whatever. And it's powerful. And then the picture in the middle with Emily, she was really nervous about sharing this picture. Like, I don't know, I feel weird about sharing my picture with my like wedding dress where I didn't like my wedding dress. And I was like, yeah, but you feel awesome in it the day you got married. So that was her post about how she felt in her wedding dress after she did the 21 Day Fix Extreme. And the one on the right is just me a couple months after my daughter was born, and I just felt confident enough to wear a tight shirt, which I actually think I'm wearing right now. Like, that's not scummy or anything, right? So it really is, you can either be like you're sharing a piece of your story that you're using like a longer post on, or you can just be like, I didn't just do a paragraph. If you do decide to share a longer piece of your story, make sure that you're breaking it up into a few paragraphs, like do a few sentences, space, like a new paragraph. Don't write like a long post. Okay, so what is your story outside Beachbody? So like I said before, you're going to want to share stuff that's not just about your journey with your Beachbody products. So where did you come from? Where were you when you found Beachbody? Where are you headed? Why do you want to get there? And the more honest and vulnerable you are, not only will you feel 100% better, but so will your audience. So before, I feel like I wasn't as approachable to people because I wasn't being honest with who I was in my story, and I wasn't being approached by a lot of people about what I was doing as a coach. They were just like, oh yeah, I see you're doing that workout thing. And then when I started sharing my story, a lot of people were like reaching out to me, and they're like, so I saw your post, like, sometimes it's weird. They're like, so I saw your post like a month ago, and I really related to it, and I just wanted to reach out to you because I really like to lose weight, or whatever it is. So just as hard as it is to be vulnerable, like seriously, if you go to make a post and you're like completely terrified, just type it up and walk away for a little while and then come back and then hit the enter button, slam your computer, walk away again. It's fine. Like, don't go back to your computer for 5 hours. But the people that are going to be on your newsfeed that are going to see these posts, it's going to be like encouraging stuff. Like, so if you post something that you're completely terrified about, they're going to be supportive. They're not going to tear you down. And if they do, then you can defriend them. That's the greatness about social media. You don't need them in your life. Just get rid of them. But for 99% of the time, they're completely supportive of your story and like helping you along the way. So it's great. So here's just a few more examples. I always utilize Throwback Thursday and Flashback Friday. So, and then on the one on the left, I was talking about how I used to use food and drugs and alcohol to cope. And instead of now I'm using exercise. So when you're doing a post like that, when you're talking about the changes that you've made, make sure at the end you have like a call to action. So that's what the last paragraph is. It's never too late to make changes. 6 years ago when this picture was taken, I never would have thought I was the woman I am today. I didn't get there by standing still and expecting to just change. I had to work at it, and you can too. So go out and conquer who you want to be and start today. So instead of just telling part of your story and just ending it, do a call to action where you're like kind of challenging your audience. And then the one post in the middle is from Erin, and she was talking about anxiety and depression that she was going through really, really, really bad when she was pregnant with her second son. And she was nervous about posting it, but she did say like right after she did, she felt immediately better, like that she got it off her chest, and it was kind of like a therapy for her. And then a lot of other moms related to her as well. And then the one on the right, I'm just talking about how much I love the woman in the picture with me, but I hate my arms. So I just talked about, I was honest. Like, I wanted to delete this picture because I hated how I looked in it. And come on, women, how many times are you like, oh, yeah, let's take a picture together. And then you're like, oh, no. I don't like that. I'm deleting it. No. We all do that. So just be honest. And then using your story for your ads. When I started using my images to promote a product or a sale, I think it changed everything. I think it's good for once in a while to do like pictures with the programs, but for most part, like you should try to use your own pictures to sell a Beachbody product, because people see Autumn's abs and Shanti's abs everywhere. You know, they want to see you. That's why they're following you. So do not use stock images. People want to see more than just Autumn's abs or Shanti's chest. They want to see you. Use pics with your face to promote something Beachbody related, not just kissing a bag of Shakeology or a program. Sometimes you can do like a confused face, or, you know, like, I mean, we're coaches. We love selfies. Just take a selfie. And earn your Beachbody posts. That's definitely a huge thing, like I mentioned earlier. When I post 3 to 5 times a day, and I try to only post about Beachbody maybe once a day or twice a day. I try to have the other ones be engaging posts about like my family, or I'll ask questions about like I just bought a house, so I'll talk about stuff like that too. Use your journey transformation to talk about a sale or program or a challenge group. So I think Lindy Galt says this too. She's like, don't call it a challenge group. Do like a test group or accountability group or something like that. So like do a picture of you and then be like, new test group starting soon, like on the text or something. And be personal. I just did a group for just exclusively to moms that just had kids, and I called it Post Baby Challenge. When did I do that? I don't even remember when I did that. But I call it like Post Baby like Fitness Challenge or whatever. And there's a picture of me like full out with my like post baby belly, which was disgusting, and it got the point across though, because like people were like, okay, I know how she feels. I feel just like that. I want to do what she's doing. Here's just a couple more about using, this is for using your pictures for your ads. So Erin used her like guns show picture, cheapers, look at that arm, from Pio to do, and then at the end she just was like 3 new groups opening soon, watch for details. And then she got a bunch of comments on that. And then Julie talked about how she was always a quitter, and then she's done 2 rounds of the 21-day fix, and she wanted other people to join her. Always saying something like, I need some people to help me join me in my journey. It doesn't have to be like, want to join my group? Message me. You can be like, would you like to join my journey? I need people to help me stay accountable, like things like that. And then when I do a program like full out, I do progress photos every week. And then I always do like on Saturday, I do, if I get 50 likes on this post, then I'll share my photos. And the reason why I do that is because if they're liking your photo, so your photo is getting lots of likes, when you actually post your progress pictures or your final pictures, your post will end up much higher on all of those people's news feeds instead of at the bottom. There are a few tricks about Facebook. I can tell you guys some of them at the end. So there's that one. And then just sharing your story. That's what this is about. And these are all non-Beachbody related posts. So Julie was talking about her struggle with getting her daughter off the binky, and then she asked for some advice, like in the post before this. Juliana is doing a picture of her like doing a plank, but she's also talking about like not quitting. It doesn't have to be about like Oh, I just completed a 21-day fix. She's just talking about like, it was really hard for me. I usually quit and I suck at eating, but I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to like let this stop me. And then same thing with Krista. She's talking about that too. So there's those. So social media do's. Always be talking about what you are doing. If you aren't telling people about it, then how will they know? And I'm pretty sure I got that from Shailene Johnson. And she's pretty smart when it comes to social media. So I listened. So same thing about coaching. It's like sometimes coaches get frustrated when they're like, oh, well, somebody went to, like my friend went to another coach, but did you tell them that you were coaching? Like, how are they supposed to know? So if you're doing a program, like say you're doing the 21-day fix, but you're not telling anybody about it, you can't be mad if they go to somebody else because you didn't tell them you were doing the 21-day fix. If they don't know what you're doing, stay positive and be real. Negativity is a downfall. So if you're constantly negative or even once in a while, who is going to want to work with you? And I think you guys know what I mean. There's always those people on Facebook that are like completely negative, like all the time. And like, my life sucks so much. Why? Like that's fine. They can do that. But as a coach, that's not something that we should be doing. Like we're supposed to be uplifting, motivating, and inspiring. So keep that in mind. Make sure your profile picture is a picture of just you. If you're using a messenger, all people see is your icon. Do you want them to see your dog, a picture with words, or do you want them to see you? And I think I heard that at coach camp. I don't remember who that was. Post 3 to 5 times a day. If you can't post that much, that's fine. You can always use tools like Hootsuite. And the reason why you do that is because it keeps you more active on the newsfeed. Going back again to how Facebook works. If you post like once every 2 days, your post won't be very high on people's newsfeed. But if you're actively posting on Facebook, Facebook wants people to see what you're posting more because you're actively using their services. So if you're posting more actively, then your post will be seen more by people that are following you. Make scroll stopping pictures of you. Like I said about the picture with my daughter, like people like to see babies more than I like to see words. Or people like to see selfies more than just a random picture of something else. They want to see you. That's why they're following you. So keep that in mind when you're making posts. And use the daily social media things like Motivation Monday, Transformation Tuesday, Woman Crush Wednesday. I know there's another Wednesday one. I don't know what it is. Throwback Thursday, Flashback Friday to help tell your story. Social media don'ts. Don't be spammy. Don't be spammy. Like I want to say that 10 times. And I know it's really hard when we first start because we get so excited. But when you're posting, think to yourself, is this post make sense to my brand? Which I know you all are going to take the brand test. And, if I was following me, would I like this post? I always say that to myself. If I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw this post, would I stop? Don't be that person on people's newsfeed that all you do is talk about Beachbody. And I love that everyone's excited about Beachbody because, come on, Beachbody is awesome. But there is more life than Beachbody. Yes, we are Beachbody coaches, but that's not our entire life. We all have a family. Some of us have kids. Some of us have dogs and cats. Talk about them. Make them part of your story. And don't be fake. Stay true to who you are. People can tell when you're fake, and people can tell when you're real. And when the more real you are and the more honest you are with yourself, the more honest you can be with other people, and the more people will want to follow you, and they want to be a part of what you're doing. And don't forget your brand. So I always say to moms that have like kids, like, it's great if you want to work with guys, but you're a mom and you can relate more to them. Like, don't go trying to make a group and promoting just for men. That kind of makes no sense to your brand or who you are. And like I said earlier, like, don't write in novels, just use paragraphs and a few sentences. You can write long posts, just, just make sure it's just a couple paragraphs and stuff like that. And then on top of this, so the social media with Facebook, like the more you use Messenger, it's like Facebook wants you to do your 3 vital behaviors. The more you message people and the more you're talking to people on Messenger, the more likes you get, the more comments you get, because the more you're showing up on people's newsfeed. So say you just added someone to your network and then you talk to them 2 days later, they're going to see all your recent posts for the last 3 days. Not all in an increment, but it'll show up at the very top of their newsfeed. And so that's why if your posts are engaging, they're going to see them and be like, wow, what's this girl doing? It looks awesome. But and on that note, when you're talking to people, so when you're doing your 3 vitals, when you're adding people and talking to people consistently, you're consistently showing up at the top of people's news feeds. And your posts will get more likes and stuff like that. Like I haven't really done much in the last couple of weeks because I've been moving, and I've noticed that my likes and my comments have dropped like 50% because I'm not talking to people every day like I used to. So there's that. And don't ever stop telling your story, ever. Seriously. Like that's part of who you are. Everyone has a story. A lot of people don't think they have a story, but they do. It doesn't have to be something big. It doesn't have to be something dramatic or traumatic or anything like that. It's really just who you are. So that's that. Any questions?
Wow. Like, seriously, Sarah, this is just being honest. Like, this is the first time I've listened to you really speak. And I personally, I have my notebook out, but I just wanted to listen to what you had to say because I knew it was so much about your story that I feel like so many people struggle in that aspect. So like I didn't even have my pen and paper out, but there's so many times I wanted to write, but I knew it was going to take away from me actually listening to you. So I cannot seriously wait to watch this again and take notes the second time around, because I feel like Jeff Hill right now where he's like, take this call and listen to it again and pull out those nuggets, because each time you listen, you're going to find different nuggets. Like that's literally, like I haven't had a call like that in a long time where you just feel like you could listen to it again and again and pull something different out of it. And I did jot down just a few things. So thank you so much for taking the time out. That was like the most engaged. I didn't realize you were talking for the length of time that you did, but I am just mesmerized by the realness of what you said. Like that is so true. Just being so you, because sometimes we do get caught up in the spamminess and just posting like Autumn's hats or the 21-day fix and not being you in the flesh, like the good, the bad, the ugly, the nice, all of it. Your mental struggle, all of that. And I think you totally hit on that. That's why I want to go back to like that section again and listen to you and then take those notes there. Because sometimes I'm even like that, even though I may be struggling, I feel like I don't want to be negative, but in the same turn, it's just like what they said at leadership, turn your bad days into good data. And it's true. It's like the same thing. And that's what you seem to have kind of mastered, and maybe you didn't even realize you were doing it, but you did. So like, this is one thing, you guys, that I took away from Sarah here too, is if you were like freaking out about a message, like she said, when you're new, just type it out and send it and then walk away. Like that can be the biggest, scariest thing. Did you actually do that in the beginning, Sarah? Like when you posted your story?
Absolutely. The first post that I did was actually, I came out as a bipolar and I was terrified. And I literally didn't come back to the computer for 6 hours. I turned my phone, I turned Facebook off on my phone. I was like, no. And like, I had so many positive comments. And you will. Like I said, you will. And if you get a negative one, defriend them. You don't need them.
True. So like, I'm just blown away. Like I cannot seriously wait tomorrow to listen to this again and actually take notes. And then, so you think the brand test was from Bonnie Engel?
I need to look it up, but it's a B. It's somebody that's on Bombshell. And so it's killing me that I don't know who it is. Hold on.
If you find it, you guys, then I'll post it in our team page. Dante, I know you're still on, and thank you for doing the supermarket sweep Zoom with us. Do you have any questions about anything at all, Dante, since you're actually on live with us? I think Michelle got kicked off, but any questions at all, Dante?
No, I don't have any questions. I just want to take the brand test. I'm in the car now, actually, so I'm all over the place. But I just want to take that brand test.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sarah. I really, really appreciate this, and I cannot wait to get the recording to the rest of the team. And just thanks again so much. Like, it's such an inspiration, like a breath of fresh air to have you on the call with us. I took away so many big things. Like even just in that couple minutes, I jotted down some things. So I can't wait to take that brand test. That's something new to myself. And I think most of the team, I think that's going to be new to us. And I think that will really be helpful to be able to really zero it down with a test. I know, like emerald style personalities, which I do have a lot of those on our team. we like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's funny. No, it's good. It's really good. It helps you really zero in. And I think she talks about it. Was it her or Shalene Johnson? Where she said when you're talking to a prospect, that pretend like it's like someone that you relate to or that you're friends with, so that like you can just freely, openly talk to them. And I think that was a huge thing for me too once I got my brand. It was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think I somewhat feel like we have our brand nailed down, but it's just nice to have that reiteration of it again and being like pen to paper, like boom, 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 boom. And like I said, that's just how I am. So I think that there's a lot of people on our team as well who relate better like that than just like all over, like the cloud, like where are we really, you know? So yes, thank you so much. I know you're a busy mom, and with the middle of a move, you guys, Sarah's been awesome to literally take this, 25, 30 minutes out to, teach us something new that I didn't even know. So this is what this is about. It's not about keeping secrets to yourself, but instead passing it forward and paying it forward to the next coach, the next prospect, the next person, every single person. So thank you again so much, Sarah. I'm so glad that you were able to be on the call with us.
Okay.
And have a good day. Enjoy your Labor Day, all right?
You too.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Good night.